To deliver the efficiencies the water industry needs, innovations in nuts and bolts will not be sufficient. Tomorrow's smart networks will need smart operation teams, teams highly motivated and engaged that will deliver innovative initiatives and embrace change quickly. Turning to innovation in management and mobile team management solution will give you a competitive advantage. How to untap efficiencies opportunities in network operation. A large proportion of field engineers and team leaders start the day from the company premises and return to it daily or several times a week. This is because they need to update their managers and report on progress, most of the time through face-to-face meeting and to access to information systems. Reporting represents an average of 3 hours a week for each manager and much more time for the team leaders if you take into account the traveling. Emails and phone calls remain the most common way to get work updates. Research from BT and Cisco indicates that 78% of employees want to use new collaboration tools to improve communication. Social apps like WhatsApp are gaining momentum, mostly outside the control of your IT department, leaving many interrogations around data security and audit trail. Well, you might say that field job management solution exists. That's true, but only used by half of companies, according to a survey done in the US. And the other half are using pen and paper or emails. This is a huge potential not only to increase productivity, but also to stay on top of your customer service target, which I will develop in a few minutes. There's a real issue for managers to access to the right information for decision making. BT research shows that 70% of the employees are searching for more and better data to make decisions. A limited number of corporates have embraced the challenge to provide on-the-spot mission-critical and actionable information across their organization. But most companies lack of a clear strategy in that direction. Last but not least, the tools that come on top of the list by network managers to support the decisions are Excel spreadsheets and emails. Other areas of your business have been optimized, so why not middle and frontline management roles? Again, I will provide an example in a few minutes. I mentioned some of the untapped opportunities to leverage your operational team efficiencies. Let's have a look at some technologies that could help you deliver them. 3D images and virtual reality are used to cartography, inspect, and represent above-ground assets. Non-invasive surveying technologies like ground penetration radar, sonar technology, radio detection, and electromagnetic induction are progressing in their applications to help us mapping underground assets. The image is a screenshot of a video demonstrating a mobile app combining augmented reality and GIS to enable network engineers get a better understanding of underground assets without digging. It is developed by a company called Oakview in New Zealand. You can expect a huge amount of money and time saved for utilities and building contractors. Robotic crawlers and drones are used for pipe and above-ground asset inspections. Combining robotic crawlers, a technology developed for pipe maintenance in the oil and gas industry, and composite materials, you can now repair pipes without digging the streets to replace them. 3D printing technologies will also reduce drastically the dependence on suppliers and storage. Fittings will be manufactured on-site and on demand. This is a new area of service for contractors to explore and develop. Today, safety equipment like radio communication, gas and employee fall detectors, and are standalone equipments. They are quite onerous and require rigorous procedures to test and replace them regularly. Plus, they may be left behind in the grapevine. Meanwhile, smartphones, smartwatches, and cameras are all the time around your staff. They are more affordable but not rugged enough for field work. Providers like Wearable Technologies Limited, who were exhibiting with us at LCNI Innovation Stand, are integrating solutions, for instance, into a safety gear for constant monitoring of location, health, and safety with alerts in real time. This will reduce risk for employees within the utilities and building industries. Mobile apps are the new trend for people to manage their personal activities. Most companies have identified the opportunity for business apps, but few of them have already embraced it because downloading an app on a device is not sufficient. Digital transformation is required, including changes in processes and people's behavior, for the app to deliver all their benefits. Delivering efficiencies through using new technologies and implementing innovation doesn't stop at the door of your company. Most of the projects and their benefits are delivered through an increased synergy across the value chain. Leading innovation in utilities have been clearly identified through open innovation to change the way utilities and their building contractors operate the network and deliver the efficiencies needed. But framework contracts tend to restrict contractors' ability to experiment new ways of delivering the services and therefore discouraging innovation. ICT infrastructure is not sufficiently prepared to support collaboration across the value chain. We suggest that you have an open discussion with your client and partner about open innovation opportunities and the barriers that need to be removed. I want to share with you two examples of digital transformation that we implemented successfully in the past and that you could adopt right away to deliver efficiencies across your network operation. Let's talk about solutions to manage your engineers' jobs on the field. They are called job management solution or field service solution. It's a mature mobile technology often offered by third parties and interface with your ERP system. As mentioned in the introduction, these solutions are used only by half of the companies. According to a research on mobile deployments published by PricewaterhouseCoopers in January 2013, field operation productivity can be improved by 20 to 30%. The time needed for field operators to perform their duties can be reduced between 5 and 7%. Hard benefits are relatively easy to predict, and successful projects show a good return on investment. Replacing paper reports by electronic forms lead usually to the biggest saving. It removes the needs for the engineers to return to the office to report work. As a consequence, it saves engineers time and fuel cost. Intelligent planning and real-time updates to schedule bring additional efficiencies through optimizing the resources usage. Mapping jobs on mobile device reduce time for engineers to arrive on site. Interventions are recorded with rich information, helping improving asset maintenance or customer service support. Capturing photos of the work done improves control and team communication. Customer service quality is also monitored in real time, and it facilitates a continuous process improvement. Above the transactional level of field management, team management solutions address another aspect: how to align team and individual goals with corporate and strategic objectives, and how to support a continuous process of improvement for team performance. The user case I'm referring to is a pilot trial we've recently completed with a large Thames water contractor. Agily was used to share their daily operational performance goal, to report progress in real time, and to provide feedback online and offline. The purpose was to demonstrate that they can develop team synergies and productivity. Our leadership development approach was tested on the field. It consists in 3 steps. First, it requires aligning individual and team goals with corporate objectives, with daily and weekly goals that were set up for the team leaders and engineers, consistent with the contractual performance target. The second step is to adopt a more agile way of managing people. Managers were able to review progress in real time, to identify risk of slippage, and adopt a more agile way of managing resources compared to the previous way of managing targets based on weekly reviews. Business performance targets can be cascaded down. Progress is shared on performance benchmark to ensure that all employees can see in real time their contribution to the big picture. The benefits I'm able to share with you today are that the team achieved greater productivity and performance efficiencies. They collectively focus on performance improvement using KPIs and visual management in a very effective way. Faster progress sharing and reporting from the field saved between 1 and 2 hours a day for each team leader and engineer. Managers saw an increase in staff engagement and accountability as individual goals were clear and monitored in real time. And the adoption developed middle and frontline managers' leadership skills. Managers discovered how to use visual management and KPIs to drive efficiencies. They also experienced with a different way of managing their team, switching from a weekly face-to-face meeting to review progress on a more regular basis, having discussions over the phone or one-to-one meetings on the field, providing real-time feedback and mentoring. We need more pilots and client feedbacks to validate the efficiencies that you could achieve with a solution like Agily, and I make a call of interest for testing Agily today. So, getting started, while the lessons learned from these 2 cases and many other digital transformation projects are led, are that there are 4 main points to consider to get started. The first one is lifting hurdles of change. It's not so difficult, but it requires managers dedicating time to get involved and to follow a change management methodology. It is worth the effort given the opportunity and short-term benefits. Secondly, there is a need for a strong project sponsorship. The appetite for change has to be driven by the top management, and leading by example is critical for the success of the project. A mobile app like Agily can act as a change agent. Well-designed mobile apps can improve adoption across all generations. They are easy to adopt and provide immediate rewards for the users. And last but not least, test small and scale up fast. This is the best way to deliver efficiencies. Not all innovations are expensive and require a long transformation process. Agily last pilot was concluded in 3 months, and we are moving to the next stage. Thank you for your attention. Feel free to contact me for further information.